What's going on, guys? It's Omniarch, and today I'm bringing you a brand new video where we're going to be talking about some of the best guns that you can start off Black Ops 4 with, so that way you can dominate as soon as you turn the game on.
Yeah. Die line with the boom pow. Every week now switch to a new style. 212s in the back just blew out.
Now, I'm going to be talking about some guns that you unlock later down the line, and I kind of want to give you a consensus about what the community's kind of saying. There's a lot of things going on right now on Twitter and on Twitch, on, all over social media and on YouTube. Everybody's kind of talking about different things, and I've kind of collected everything that I've found so far to give you guys the best tips that I've figured out from personal use, and also from, some of the pro players who's a much higher level than a lot of us, who've tried a lot more guns, a lot more playtime. I want to give you guys their recommendations as well, so let's just jump right into it. So right now it seems like the assault rifles and the tactical rifles are dominating the game. There's a couple of submachine guns that aren't too bad, but for the earlier levels it seems like you're better off sticking with assault rifles. If you just booted the game up and you're level 1, you're gonna have default classes. I recommend using the one with the swordfish because that's a tactical rifle that you unlock at level 55, and if you have a permanent unlock token from playing the beta and reaching max level, I recommend using that gun for a couple of games until you unlock create a class to see if you like it. And real quick, I'm going to talk about the swordfish a little bit later, but it seems to be one of the best guns in the game, so that's why I'm recommending you use it in the default class, so that way you know if you enjoy it, because it is a 4-round burst weapon. I know a lot of people are kind of on the fence about 4-round burst, so use it for the default class. If you like it, use your permanent unlock token on that because it seems to be one of the better guns. With that being said, let's move on to some of the guns that you unlock earlier in the game. So like I said, I definitely recommend sticking to the assault rifles. The ICR-7 is the one that you get right out of the box, and that gun is really good. I was using it a ton because I wasn't a fan of the, I think MX9 is the submachine gun that you first start with. It's definitely okay, but I prefer the ICR-7 because it's really good at long range. It's kind of a laser, especially if you put on, I think grip 2 is a thing for ICR-7, and you're just absolutely gonna melt people at longer range. It's really good at medium range as well, but it does have a lower damage profile, as is usual with some of the lasers in previous Call of Duty games. So I would actually recommend the Rampart 17, which is the first assault rifle that you get right after the ICR. Now, when I unlocked the Rampart 17, I was hesitant to even use it because I liked the ICR-7. It's a very friendly gun for people who are new to Call of Duty, people who aren't very good with their aim and managing recoil in Call of Duty games. So that's what I would recommend if you're brand new to the franchise. But the Rampart, I unlocked it, I was like, I don't even know if I want to try it because I really like the ICR. It's got great recoil. It's definitely something that, I would recommend to people, but I figured, you know what? It's a new Call of Duty. It's a new gun I unlocked. Let me give it a try. Honestly, guys, I'm so glad that I did because the Rampart 17 is, in my opinion, way better than the ICR. Now, at long ranges, use the ICR. I have a class set up for both, but the Rampart 17 actually shoots a little bit slower but higher damage, and I still think the recoil is very manageable. So it's definitely better at medium range, and it can sort of do okay close range. You're still gonna get melted by things like the Spitfire and the SOG, so I wouldn't really recommend it close range if you can avoid that, but I think it holds its own, and the fact that it has a higher damage profile than the ICR, I think I do better with a close range than the ICR, but that's just me. Like I said, it definitely shines medium range, and it feels like most of the interactions that I've been getting into have been medium range engagements. It's not like Black Ops 3 where a lot of the engagements were very close range. So I definitely would recommend the Rampart 17 if you've just booted up the game, you've gotten create a class. Once you unlock it, stick with that and level that up, and that's actually going to be probably the best gun that you can get for quite a while. The first two submachine guns that you get are the MX9 and the GKS. I had some people in pubs recommend the GKS to me, and I didn't like the gun. It just, it seems like it has too much recoil for the amount of damage that it outputs. It doesn't seem very consistent to me. It makes me want to hip fire, but when I hip fire, I miss a lot of shots, so I want to aim down sights, but then it's got more recoil. So I don't know. I can't recommend the GKS. It's just not for me. Again, the MK9 seems to be better from what I can tell, and from, from other people saying things like that, but, I don't really like the earlier submachine guns in the game. The Spitfire is a very close range weapon, and if you do happen to unlock it, I would definitely make a class with it and give it a try, especially if you're more of the run and gun type of player, because it melts people close range. It's just that the rate of fire is insane on the Spitfire. So once you unlock that, make a class for it, give it a try. If it's your cup of tea, I think you're gonna really enjoy that type of weapon. Again, high rate of fire, very high damage output at close range, but lots of recoil, so it can't really perform outside of that range. But it's definitely worth noting. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the submachine guns right out of the box, so I would stick to the assault rifles if I were you, but I just wanted to give you a quick recap of them so that way you kind of have an idea as to why I'm not recommending them. But you can give them a try. I recommend you try them, because why not? You know, we might have different play styles. You know, I've been using Torque, so I've been playing a lot with the razor wire and the barricade, and that just makes me a much more defensive player. I'm not really running and gunning. I would use Ruin if I were you. If you're running and gunning, you want that grappling hook, because it kind of gives you the jump on some of the enemies, and you can kind of grapple right above them. So, you know, if they're head glitching kind of around a corner, you grapple hook up and you can land and spray. That's what I would recommend if you want to use the Spitfire. But with that being said, let's move on to the tactical rifles, because like I said earlier, the Swordfish definitely seems to be something that people are starting to catch on to. You unlock it at level 55. I would use the permanent unlock token on it if I were you, and you've tried it, right? Like, don't, you know, you have the option of playing with the default class that has the Swordfish. So jump in a couple different lobbies, try it out, see if you like it, and if you do, drop that permanent unlock token on it if you got to level 40 in the beta. Personally, I didn't play the beta for my own reasons. I didn't want to play the beta, so again, I recommend giving it a try. It's everyone can try it. It's a 4-round burst weapon. I was surprised at how well I was doing with it when I was level 1, level 2. You know, before I unlocked create a class, I was getting double, triple kills with it at medium range, because it's just a really powerful weapon, and even though it's a 4-round burst, that makes it more accurate. Plus, it just puts a lot of bullets down range, because they do fire pretty fast even though it's a burst weapon. So give that a try. But I haven't really used too many other tactical rifles. I haven't really heard too much about the other tactical rifles at the moment, so that's the one that I would definitely recommend if you have the option of unlocking it early. Now, circling back to the assault rifles, the Vapor actually seems to be the best gun that people are recommending right now. From what I can tell on YouTube and Twitter, this seems to be the gun that people are liking the most, because it's got a decent rate of fire, decent damage, and decent recoil. It's kind of a very well-rounded weapon that can perform really well at medium range, decently enough at long range, and it can handle its own close range as opposed to the Rampart 17 and the low damage of the ICR. So this gun is something that I would highly recommend you give it try it out, because like I said, a lot of people are talking about it. Personally, I haven't used it, so I can't say for sure, but I know that a lot of people are talking about it, and I know that people tend to say that it's one of the best guns right now, at least for launch weekend. So I would feel bad releasing this video not talking about that weapon, knowing that a lot of people are saying that it's one of the best guns. So if you guys get to level 37 or whatever it is that you unlock it, definitely give it a try, because it sounds like that might be the best gun for launch right when the game comes out. 6 months from now, who knows? This is probably going to change, and if it does, I'll be sure to upload a video talking about the best guns later down the line. But for right now, it sounds like the Vapor is the one that you should be using and should be striving towards. But until then, I would say the Rampart 17 is probably your best bet. Have a class with the ICR just for the long range engagements, and then throw on the Spitfire if you want the just an extra class to go for like close range engagements, and then use those 3 classes all the way up until level 30 something when you unlock the Vapor. Now, of course, as we get more information, I'll release a full best class video where I talk about all the different, you know, perks and attachments and everything like that. But right now, there's so much going on with the create a class system. There's so many little things to unlock and different guns and everything that I just wouldn't feel right releasing a best class setup video right now, because like I said, I haven't tried all the guns, I haven't tried all the attachments, I haven't unlocked all the perks and everything like that. So I don't want to go ahead and say I know what the best class setup is, but I am working at it and I am trying to figure that out. And what I do know that I will be sure to let you guys know. For now, I just want to remind you guys of what I mentioned in my last video, where I released a book, a free ebook that you can download for the next couple of days. After that, it's going to cost money, but it's a free book talking about how you can actually grow on YouTube and on Twitch and on Instagram and any other social media platform where you would create content. It's like 134 pages or something like that. It's a full book that I'm giving away to you guys for free, in exchange for you leaving a review on that book on Amazon. Like I said, it's free on the Kindle app. go to the link in the description, download that book, and let me know what you think with a review on it. I would greatly appreciate that. And with that being said, this is pretty much the end of the video. This is where I'm going to ask you guys to actually drop a comment down below telling me what gun you're using. That way I can get some more data. I can kind of figure out what other people are saying, because I always want to have the latest up-to-date information, so that way I can bring it to you guys and you can actually improve your gameplay. So let me know in the comment section below, what's your favorite gun? Do you disagree with anything that I said in the video? Drop a thumbs up on the video if this helped you, or if you found it entertaining or anything like that. Subscribe to my channel if you're new around here, smack that bell button, boy, and I would really appreciate it, so you know the next time I upload more Call of Duty Black Ops 4 videos. And that's about it, guys. So thank you so much for watching. This has been Omniarch. I will talk to you guys again soon. Peace.